Grand rising, grand arrival, grand return, peace and blessings to the righteous and repentant alike. I'm Sophia of the AmaruKhan Band of Indians, and I just wanted to make a video about a dream that I had last night, and something that might be helpful for people to deal with the energy that's coming out today. So in my dream, I was, well, first of all, I use my quote unquote sleep time to program my mind to look for answers. Let's start with that. And so the answer that I was looking for, I'll be making a video about this soon, but it's in relation to I have a planet in retrograde in my chart, and I want better access to it. Because things in retrograde are supposed to be close to you, and in my experience, this energy is far away. And so there's a particular gateway that has to be used to access this energy, and that gateway is the quote-unquote mother. So I asked for better access to the mother so that I could have better access to this planet and what I needed to do, what was my role. And so in my dream, I was at church, like the church that I grew up in, and at this particular church, they were having like Sunday school, like for adults. It was in a sanctuary, and I wasn't participating. I was just there, I guess, waiting for the service to start. And it was like almost no people there. And then all of a sudden, a bunch of people started to show up. And I was like, oh, this is like a lot of people. But while there was no people there, my mom was like, she was supposed to be there watching the little kids, the 5-year-olds or so. And there were no little kids there. And so she said, well, I'm going to stay here, but I'm going to go on the other side until they arrive. And so she left out, and then all these people started to come in. I was like, okay, let me go out into, we call it the North X. That's the front of the church. So I go out into the North X, and people are starting to like pour in. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at all these people. And so I'm like, okay, well, I need to go to the bathroom. So I had to get in line to go to the bathroom. When I got into the bathroom, the women were talking, and it just looked like regular old black church, like just standard, traditional, whatever. And I was like, oh God, I need to get out of here. And I saw a sign-up sheet on the counter, and on the sign-up sheet it said, it was a sign-up sheet for people who wanted to play Mrs. Claus, but they had to be married. And I was like, oh my God, I got to get out of here. And then I heard the preacher. I didn't never see him. I heard him. He was like, we're so glad to have all these people here who are interested in getting involved in the election. And they saw us on TV, like the Larry King show or something. The pastor was on, and all these people showed up at the church because he was on the TV. And I was like, oh, I got to get out of here right now. So I woke up. And I was like, but that didn't answer my question. What kind of answer is that? So I was like, okay, I need to go back to sleep. So I went back to sleep. I said, no, I'm asking about how I can connect with the mother to, get connected with this particular planet. That did not answer the question at all. That was like crazy. So I go back to sleep. And in this part of the dream, I make a phone call to somebody who I'm in a positive, oriented relationship with at this time. And their significant other answered the phone. I called, first of all, I don't use the phone in my dreams. I don't have phones in my dreams, so it must have been like a rotary phone. But I picked up the phone and called, and their partner answered the phone. And I was like, oh, am I calling you too early? Like, what is the problem here? And the partner answers the phone, and they're like, yeah, it's too early. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, and I hung up. And then I woke up again and said, no, that's not what I asked. That's not it. No, that's not what I asked. So I go back to sleep. And this time I place a call. No, someone calls me. And it's an individual that I don't have such a great relationship with right now. And this individual proceeds to just, talk my head off about all kinds of stuff. And I was like, no, this is not the answer either. So I woke up, and by that time it was like 6:05 or something like that. And I was like, no, this is not right. So I was wondering, let me pull up the chart for today so I can explain this. I was wondering why why that was happening. Oh, this is not right. This is too many. Um, that's too much. That's too much. Hold on. Let's just go back to type. Okay, I was wondering why. Oh, that's because this is it's the format it's in. I was wondering why I didn't get a good response, because I was like, now this is when I ask questions, I get answers, and none of this was the answer. So when I listened to my daily transmutation report, I heard that there was a lot of stuff going on with Sedna. Hold on, where's Sedna at? Normally I would do this on my other phone. Hold on. Chart, display chart points. Hold on, put Sedna on here. No wonder I don't see it. It's not even on here. What else do I use? Juno. Okay. So in the transmutation report, I heard that Pallas Athena was opposite Sedna, right? Pallas Athena is opposite Sedna, and Pallas Athena is in a sextile relationship, and it was at 6 a.m. Hold on, let me see. Let me put it back to 6 a.m. Yeah, it was. Pallas Athena was opposite Sedna, and in a sextile with Pluto. Oh, actually, the moon and Pallas Athena are conjunct opposite Sedna, and they're sextile Pluto. Okay, so as I was listening to my explanations of what that meant, I was like, okay, so Sedna is your unconscious. It's literally, the thing that you're not thinking about. And Pallas Athena is your integration of masculine and feminine. I would say it's like a married couple that's been married for a long time, and the moon is your emotions. And so your emotions and your wisdom is in a flowing relationship with Pluto, which is the ultimate timekeeper, the transformational element based on the timing. And they're opposite Sedna, who is your unconscious, subconscious. So to me, that is, especially in relation to what I was asking for dealing with the mother, that is the whole being at church was about these church mothers, these women who call themselves the church mothers, you know, telling you how things should go and stuff like that, and being the grounding force for this energy. And these things, that church mother unconscious program is opposite common good wisdom and common good emotions and the transformation that needs to happen. And so the point of my making this video is that there's something that we say in church, which is we offer as our intercessor the Theotokos, Mother Mary. And so I thought that it might be helpful if I offer the real Mary, the real Mother Mary as an intercessor for those who are dealing with this unconscious, subconscious mother program, in which the mother is some, force that you really don't have any control over and really doesn't understand you or your problems, what you're trying to accomplish or anything. Because in my dream, my mother who has shown up in my dreams as Mother Mary previously, was saying she would wait for the children on the other side. So remember, the children, we're supposed to come to the Creator as children, as new, and there was no children there for her to interface with. So I'm only saying this to offer as the opportunity, as the possibility that you all may want to invoke the real Mary as your intercessor. Now, who is the real Mary? This is why I'm making the video. Okay, we know she was a young mother. Let's think teen mom, okay? A lot of people have teen moms and they look down on them, but you don't understand. Mother Mary was a teen mom, okay? And what did they say about her being from Nazareth? What did they say to Jesus? Does any good thing come from Nazareth? That's like saying, does any good thing come from South Central? That's like saying, does anything good come from the hood? Jesus was from the hood, and so you got to remember, that's the real Mary that we're dealing with. A teen mom who never forgot for a day all the other babies that were murdered, as a result of her son's birth. Never forgot any of that. Always carried that with her. And whenever Jesus said, hey, now you're going to be the mother to this man, you're going to be the mother to this one, you're going to be the mother of all, she never turned that down. So she is the ultimate image of a big mama. She's the ultimate icon of a big mama. And they have, again, made her story so cartoon character like that you can't understand that it's real. She was a teen mom. Regardless of how she got pregnant, she was still a teen mom who gave birth at a young age and was, carrying this child that was literally a king. And how many of us are carrying or have carried children that are kings and queens? All of us, really, in their own respect, because that's how it works. And so she's carrying around a child that she knows is special and has these special capacities, and yet what has he learned how to do? He's learned how to become a carpenter. And then he's like, Mom, I'm gonna go into the ministry. She's like, are you sure about that? Like, look at my story. They're not going to accept you because of me. I gave birth to you. Even telling Joseph, you should just divorce her quietly and go on about your business. Like, how many of our men did they separate from our teen mother, saying, look, when they couldn't separate them, they just jailed them. Like, this is what we're talking about. The real Mother Mary, the real one who had to deal with the same stuff that our women are dealing with today. And so how did she deal with it? She dealt with it with grace. She never forgot those who suffered as a result of, quote unquote, her son being born. She took in whoever Jesus said to take in. We need to help. She helped all of them. She never left her son's side. And just how most of us would never leave our children's side, she never left her son's side. And so we have that as our image, as our icon of the mother. But if you don't know her story, haven't looked deeply into her iconography and just read the Bible and looked at her story from her perspective, you might not get all of this. And so you may be dealing with a subconscious program that tells you the only correct mother is these church mothers that, again, they don't have any of these experiences. They are insulated from all of this. They pretend like they've never gone through any of this bad stuff. And when you go through bad stuff, they look down on you like that's your problem. You should never go through stuff like that. Whereas the true icon of the mother, the true mother, who is the mother of all, who, because remember, Mary was the incarnation of Eve, like to clear out that story. She was also born through Immaculate Conception, quiet as kept. So that is the one who redeemed our bloodline, the females. And if you hold her as the image of a woman who lived a real life, who had real life problems, and who overcame them, that is your image of the icon of the mother in your back, in your subconscious. Then, hello, you're capable and able to deal with that. But if you don't have that as your subconscious programming, like apparently I don't have that as my subconscious programming, and I need to plant that firmly in my foundation as my subconscious, that no, the mother that I'm talking about, not these church mothers, is Mother Mary, the one who dealt with real mother situations. That's the one who closely aligns with my values and where I'm going and what I've been promised. These church mothers don't align with nothing, not with me. And because this is an activation, like I said, an opposition between Pallas Athena, which is wisdom, as well as the interpersonal relationships, and the moon, which is your emotions and your subconscious, this is a chance for you to put a new program into your subconscious. And I wasn't planning on releasing any videos prior to tomorrow, but I was like, I need to at least give people an opportunity while we have this opposition, and it lasts for at least a day or two, but it may take you a day or two to reprogram your subconscious with this imagery. So go and look at some of the icons of Marian. Ask yourself the questions that I ask, which is, why is she the only one in all these icons with red shoes? What do the red shoes mean? Why is she always wearing red shoes? Well, she's always wearing red shoes to remind her of all those who were murdered. That's what the red shoes are. They are just like the red bottom, quote unquote, Louboutins. You're walking on the blood of the martyrs. That's why she always pictured with red shoes, because she never let the images, the stories of those who were innocently murdered by Herod out of her mind. She always carried that with her. She always carried that sorrow. That's why she's called the mother of sorrows. She's also Santa Muerte, because if you attack one of her children, she gonna come and take you out. I mean, she does all of that, like any mother would. I mean, mothers have multiple things that they put on, multiple hats that they wear, and that's the kind of mother that I want advocating for me. And because I care about my viewers, my followers, I'm giving y'all the option, while we have this Sedna opposite Pallas Athena, to upgrade your mother program. Upgrade your mother program to, the transformational mother, not these mothers who never change. I mean, a mother's always change. This is the whole fallacy too. Like, you have a time. We're constantly cycling through maiden, mother, crone. Once you get one child, weaned off and out of diapers and into school, and you have another child, you go back into mother. And whereas you were kind of in the crone energy, you go back into mother. And me, my kids are all spaced apart. So this was definitely me. I had 8 years between my first child and my second child. So I was in crone energy, and I went back into mother energy. I was crone energy, went back into mother energy again. That's what we do. Or back into maiden energy, and then back in the crone, back in the mother, back in the maiden, back in the mother. I mean, we're always moving around with our energy. And so it's a fallacy to believe that all mothers are only like these church mothers, these who can't bring anybody into the church. Again, there was no children there. There were no children. That means there was no growth in the church. And that's a problem with a lot of church. These kids don't want to be at these places. There's no growth. There's no growth. And so if you are in a place where there's nobody growing, literally having babies, then you're in a place that's dead and dying. And they're trying to force this, America's dying thing, but people are having babies all the time. There's certain groups who need to be eliminated that aren't having babies. Like a lot of these demonic 9 people, they don't have kids, and their kids don't have kids, and that's gonna be it when they gone. But they need to be purged from this planet. And the priesthood who shall not be named, they need to be purged from this planet. So a lot of them are not able to produce true offsprings. And so that's what you're seeing. That's who's dying out. So I only say that to say this. There is an image of a mother who is all loving, all knowing, all caring, who intercedes for us at the throne of the King day in and day out, who cries every tear that we cry with us, who honestly is there to carry us through all of the hard times. They have that prayer, which is like, oh, when you were hurt, I carried you. That wasn't Jesus that carried us. That was our mother who carried us. And that's who we should have, the icon, the image of the mother that we can carry with us into our subconscious, because our subconscious lives on long after we do. So we have the opportunity with this opposition, especially, remember, Gemini is like the library. Mercury is the library, the halls of Amenti, right? And Pallas Athena, opposite of the lib. Okay, it's like okay, okay, the library is Mercury. Mercury is also at 0 degrees in a square to Sedna. I just noticed this. I'm looking at the chart. Mercury is in a square to Sedna. So this is Sedna and Mercury having a problem. They are having a discussion and they do not see eye to eye. What is the thing they don't see eye to eye about? Well, some of this stuff in our subconscious. Mercury is saying, that's not what's in my library. That's incorrect data. And Sedna is saying, with the person as a Gemini with the library card in retrograde, so loud and wrong. No, this is the story that we run. And what is Pallas Athena and the moon are backing up, although Pallas Athena and the moon are also in a square to Mercury, they're in opposition to Sedna. So they don't necessarily agree with the story that Mercury is trying to sell either, but at the same time, they know they're in total fight mode with Sedna. Sedna is loud and wrong. Because Mercury would say, well, the mother is, you know, your personal mother, the planet, all the options of any mothers, right? That's what Mercury is saying. No, it's not church mothers. It's all the mothers. It's Gaia. It's the dark mother. It's the light mother. It's the this mother and the that mother. And, all these people that these people are claiming to be the mother energy, right? And Pallas Athena and the moon are together. They're conjunct. Are saying, no, the mother is wisdom, the wisdom mother, and the wise mother that we have access to, that we actually have an image of understanding that we can have, would be Mary. That is the wise mother. And so you have the opportunity to fight back against Mercury and freaking Sedna and say, no, we want our mother to be Mother Mary. That's the image of the mother we want. A real woman who really gave birth and really had to deal with some real life troubles and situations and was a teen mom and had this special child. And, this man who, always thought, in the back of his mind, she had done something she wasn't supposed to, and had to live with the laughs and the all of the things that come along with that. Look at this. This is crazy. Good morning. So we have the option and the opportunity to reprogram our subconscious and also to add a new book to the library with Mercury, that our mother is Mary. The real Mary, not the Mother Mary, not the cartoon character, story they try to tell. No, the real teen mom who gave birth to a special child. That's a story that we know and that we understand. And that's what we need to reprogram our minds with, and not accept this old program and this old story, this old entry. That's crazy. I don't know what that is or why that is. So, that's weird. Okay, well, that's all I got. I just wanted to share that. Go and read some stories, look at the pictures, update your program if you feel like it's necessary for you. Peace and blessings, and we'll see you in the next video.